the National Digital Property Address System is a national database system that provides the digital address for every landed property in Ghana. Basically, every 5 by 5 square meter property in Ghana has a unique digital address on the grid with the region, the district, and the postcode. Every 5 by 5 square meter piece of space, land that we have in Ghana is uniquely identified by the region, the district, and the postcode. Under this system, we have a total of 16.1 billion addresses that have been generated for the whole of Ghana. It relies, and it's important to note, that this digital addressing system that has been put together relies on surveyed data from the Lands Commission and the latitude and longitudes to generate the postcodes and addresses for every square inch of Ghana. Our digital property addressing system comes with the National Address Registry to keep records of all citizens on where they register as their office and their residential addresses. It is a system. The platform comes with open application programming interfaces, or APIs, to allow third-party application developers to integrate the system to be able to translate and use the digital addresses to help facilitate transactions. It is important to note that the National Digital Property Addressing System is independent of Google and any other mapping tool. Google will not give you the postcode, the region, or the district for any particular location. For example, it will not give you a register of data of addresses for every user. If you go to Google and try to find a register of addresses for every user in Ghana, it will look at you and stare you in the face and will not be able to respond. Banks, for example, cannot confirm an address by going to Google Maps, but they can do so through the National Digital Property Addressing System for registered users. It is very, very important, and this is where people like the former president get it wrong. It is very important that we distinguish the National Digital Property Addressing System from the applications that are developed to use the system. We should not confuse the system with the applications. The GhanaPost GPS app is a tool that helps everyone easily know what their address is. It relies on the open APIs of the National Digital Property Addressing System to retrieve addresses for properties across the country. The app, this GhanaPost GPS app, uses maps provided by Google, OpenStreet, ESRI, and Bing to aid its easy identification and navigation. It is expected that many app developers will integrate the apps into the National Digital Property Address System and utilize the address system to push e-commerce and service delivery. One can see organizations such as Ghana Water, ECG, banks, and so on, developing apps using the National Digital Property Addressing System for their own purposes. Cocoa Board, for example, can develop an app using this system to find out where all the cocoa farms in Ghana are located. You can similarly do the same for rice farmers to find out where all of them are located. And we can therefore know how to target them better. Many people have indicated that there are other digital address systems in the world, of course, but those do not distract from the fact that what we have in Ghana, the digital addressing system we have in Ghana, is something that is pretty special. It's pretty special. None of the digital address systems in the world, and I mean in the world, focus on the local relevance in the same way that the GhanaPost GPS platform does. The GhanaPost GPS platforms relies on surveyed data to provide addresses. So the data is consistent with the data as in Lands Commission data. So when they tell you that you are in this region, it's because you are actually in this region as classified by the Lands Commission. These are your boundaries. No other digital platform that we know of has that particular capability in the, or is actually functional in that way. The GhanaPost, as I said, relies on survey data. That means that when you request your address, the platform makes reference to your district and region before determining your address, unlike other platforms that just use mathematics to calculate and assign addresses. The postcode system is built into this platform, utilizes the spiral matrix postcode algorithm to generate the various postcodes across the nation, where the center is postcode 0 and postcode 1 is 500 meters from the center, postcode 2 is 500 meters from postcode 1, going in a spiral until the entire district has been addressed with postcode. A digital address system complete with postcodes is pretty unique. A digital address system complete with postcodes that reference surveyed data is totally unheard of in the world. As far as I am aware, there is simply no digital address system available in the world today that uses Ghana-specific Lands Commission survey data to complete with postcodes. This digital address system that we have implemented is really leapfrogging Ghana into the 21st century. It is no surprise that this system came top after 28 companies, including some of the best companies in the world in this area, expressed interest in the bid process to provide a digital address system for Ghana.